I've always been fascinated by the clash of empires, and few stories capture that drama quite like the Battle of Watling Street. It's a tale of rebellion, of a queen wronged, and of an empire pushed to the brink.
As Boudica, queen of the Iceni, led a massive uprising against the occupying forces.
This is the story of how one battle changed the course of British history. Let's set the scene. It's the 1st century CE, and Britain is a patchwork of tribal territories under the growing shadow of Roman rule.
The Romans had been in Britain for about 17 years, slowly tightening their grip on the island.
Humans. But the native tribes weren't exactly thrilled about this arrangement. Among these tribes were the
Prasutagus thought he'd outsmarted the Romans. He named the Roman emperor co-heir with his daughters, hoping to keep his kingdom intact.
But when he died, well, the Romans had other ideas. They ignored his will, seized Iceni,
and by mistreatment, their actions had consequences. Big mistake. Huge.
The Romans' brutal actions were the spark that lit the powder keg of rebellion.
Rallied not just her own Iceni tribe, but also the neighboring Trinovantes, and other disgruntled Britons.
Her call to arms spread like wildfire across the land. Suddenly, the Romans found themselves facing a massive. Boudica wasn't just fighting for her people. She was defending her way of life, standing against oppression, and protecting her cultural heritage. Boudica's rebellion hit the Romans like a thunderbolt. Their first target? Camulodunum, modern-day Colchester. It was the capital of Roman Britain, a symbol of their power. And Boudica's forces absolutely wrecked it. They burned the city to the ground, destroyed the temple of Claudius, and wiped out the inhabitants.
Flush with victory, Boudica's army then turned to Londinium, which would one day become London.
The Roman governor, Suetonius, knew he couldn't defend it, so he evacuated the city and left it to its fate. Boudica's forces sacked and burned Londinium, then moved on to Verulamium, modern St. Albans.
Now, while all this was happening, where was the Roman governor, Gaius Suetonius Paulinus?
Suetonius gathered every soldier he could find. He called in the Legio Chort Augusta, the set. These weren't just any soldiers. These were battle-hardened legionaries, the elite of the Roman military. As the two armies prepared to face off, the contrast couldn't have been starker. On one side, you had Boudica's rebels. Their exact numbers are debated, but some ancient sources claim there were as many as 230,000 of them. Dinerus. On the other side, you had Suetonius and his Roman legions. They numbered around 10,000 men.
Suetonius knew he was outnumbered. But he also knew that numbers alone don't win battles. He chose his ground carefully,
picking a narrow defile with dense woods at his back. This was no random choice. It was tactical. In front of them, they had their secret weapon, the Pilla. These were heavy javelins designed to punch through shields and armor.
The battle began with a roar. Boudica's forces, confident in their numbers, charged headlong at the Roman lines. As the Britons came into range, the Romans unleashed a hail of Pilla. These javelins tore into the front ranks of the charging Britons. Then, just as the Britons reached the Roman lines, Suetonius sprung his trap.
It was like a machine moving forward, each man's shield overlapping with his neighbor's, creating an impenetrable wall of wood. As the battle wore on, the tide turned decisively in Rome's favor. The Britons, packed tightly in the narrow field, couldn't bring their numbers to bear. Worse, they found themselves pushed back towards their own supply wagons, where their families watched in horror. Historical accounts suggest significant events occurred here, with profound impact.
As for Boudica herself, her fate remains a mystery.
Whatever the truth, her dream of freeing Britain from Roman rule died on the field of Watling Street.
Overdose.
The Battle of Watling Street marked the end of Boudica's rebellion, but not the end of her story.
Her statue stands proudly on the Thames embankment in London, the very city she once burned.
It's a testament to how history can transform even the most feared enemies into national heroes.
The Battle of Watling Street was more than just a clash of armies. It was a pivotal moment that shaped the future of Britain.
It secured Roman rule for centuries to come, altering the course of British history.
But it also created a lasting symbol of resistance and national pride.
Crossfold. As we look back on this epic confrontation, we're reminded of the complex legacy of empire and rebellion.